When you eat once a day, you do not always feel weaker. A lot of people feel the opposite. Their energy gets steadier, their brain feels quieter. Cravings stop yelling every 2 hours like an app that will not stop sending notifications. That sounds backwards, because we have been trained to think no food automatically equals low energy. But for many healthy adults, what is really happening is your body finally gets enough uninterrupted time to switch fuel systems. Instead of bouncing between snack, spike, crash, repeat, OMAD. One meal a day is not automatically starvation. It is compressed eating. One solid window where you eat, and a long stretch where your body can actually do the behind-the-scenes work it never has time for when food keeps showing up all day. So in this video, we are going to run the clock on a 23-hour fast, hour by hour. You will see what is happening right after your last bite, when hunger usually spikes, when stored fuel starts taking over, and why the meal you break the fast with can make you feel amazing, or completely wrecked. Quick heads up, the exact timing shifts depending on what you ate, how active you are, and your metabolism, but the sequence is surprisingly predictable. All right, start the clock. The timer begins the moment you finish your last meal. For the first few hours, you are still full. Your stomach is doing its job, breaking food down into usable building blocks. Carbs become glucose. Protein becomes amino acids. Fat becomes fatty acids. Your blood sugar rises, and your pancreas releases insulin, the hormone that helps shuttle nutrients into cells. Here is the key idea. When insulin is elevated, your body generally prioritizes using what you just ate and storing what is extra. Fat burning does not vanish completely, but for most people it gets turned way down. And any extra energy, your body packs it away as glycogen in the liver and muscles. Think of glycogen like your wallet. Quick cash, easy access, but limited. This is the part where you usually feel pretty normal, sometimes even a little sluggish, like that classic post-meal, "do I need a nap" feeling. Nothing dramatic yet, just normal post-meal biology. But around hour 6 to 8, the thing that makes most people quit is not hunger. It is their brain. Around hour 6 to 8, that meal energy wave fades, blood sugar steadies, insulin comes down, and then your brain sends a message, "Hey, where is the next meal?" That signal is partly driven by ghrelin, a hunger hormone that tends to rise in waves. You might feel stomach growls, irritability, or that weird "I need a snack" urgency. And this is where it gets relatable. You feel a little restless, you start craving something sweet, and you catch yourself opening the fridge like it is going to magically have a new answer inside. A lot of people confuse this with true starvation, but in most healthy adults, it is usually not starvation, it is transition. Your liver opens the glycogen wallet and starts releasing stored glucose to keep your system steady. You are not falling apart. You are spending the cash you already saved. As you push past 12 hours, liver glycogen tends to drop further. How fast depends on your diet and activity. Insulin reaches a lower baseline, and that matters, because lower insulin levels make it easier for your body to mobilize stored fat. Fat cells start releasing fatty acids into the bloodstream. This is the moment many people describe as, "I am not running on my last meal anymore. I am running on me." Somewhere between hour 14 and 16, a lot of people notice the fast feels different. Hunger often quiets down. Energy feels steadier. Why? Because your fuel supply is less chaotic. When you rely on frequent meals, your energy can spike and crash. When your body leans more on stored fat, fuel delivery is more like a smooth, steady drip. As fat breakdown increases, the liver can start producing ketones, an alternative fuel that the brain can use when glucose availability is lower. And here is what is wild. Many people report clearer focus in this window. Not everyone, not every day, but enough that it is a real pattern. From an evolutionary perspective, it makes sense. If hunger made you sleepy and useless, you would not survive long. The body often responds to food scarcity by becoming more alert. Now we are in that window where a lot of people notice something surprising. You might still feel a little hungry, but it is not that panicky, shaky kind of hunger. Your head feels clearer. And weirdly, this is when some people feel like doing things, answering emails, cleaning the house, knocking out work, because the energy feels steady instead of noisy. Under the hood, this is where researchers often start talking about cellular maintenance. One process you will hear a lot is autophagy, basically your cell's internal recycling system. It helps break down and reuse worn-out parts. And it is not an on or off light switch. It is also hard to measure directly in humans in real time, but research suggests that as fasting goes longer, signals linked to cellular cleanup can increase. So it is like the system finally has breathing room. Old components get broken down, raw materials get reused, and things run a little quieter, a little cleaner. That is one reason fasting is often framed as more than just calories in, calories out. It is not magic. It is biology, responding to a different environment. This is the big fear. If I am not eating, will not my body eat muscle? Here is what tends to happen in many people. As fasting continues, hormones shift in ways that can help preserve lean tissue, especially if you are not in a chronically underfed state. One hormone that often rises during fasting is growth hormone, GH. GH is linked to fat mobilization and can support lean mass retention. That does not mean zero muscle loss is guaranteed. Protein intake, strength training, total calories, and sleep still matter a lot. But it is one reason the fasting equals instant muscle loss story is often oversimplified. Think of it like this. Your body generally prefers burning the firewood outside, stored fat, before it starts tearing apart the furniture inside, muscle, especially when you are otherwise well nourished. Now you are approaching your eating window. After a long break from food, many people experience improved insulin sensitivity, meaning your body can handle carbs more efficiently. Your digestive system has had a rest. Your appetite hormones often feel calmer. Your energy may feel stable. And because your body is more absorbent right now, what you eat next hits harder. This is where people mess up. If you break a 23-hour fast with soda, candy, and ultra-processed junk, you can trigger a massive blood sugar spike and crash. You will feel it. So do not treat this meal like a reward for suffering. Treat it like construction materials. The biggest mistake is treating your first meal like a reward and breaking a 23-hour fast with soda, candy, or ultra-processed junk. After a long break, your body is more responsive, so that kind of food can hit hard. Big spike, then a crash. A better move is to make that meal feel like solid building materials. Start with protein, steak, eggs, salmon, chicken, Greek yogurt, whatever fits you, because your body uses those amino acids to rebuild and repair. Then add healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, or nuts, since fat helps you stay full and keeps energy steadier. And do not skip the fiber and micronutrients. A big volume of vegetables, leafy greens, cruciferous veggies, even fermented foods if you tolerate them, because with just one meal, you want nutrient density like potassium, magnesium, and fiber. When you eat like that, a lot of people are surprised by how fast they get full and how much calmer their hunger signals feel over time. If you jump straight into 23-hour fasting tomorrow, the first week can feel rough. Headaches, cravings, low energy. Often, that is not your body failing. It is your body relearning how to access stored fuel. One practical detail. When insulin drops, your kidneys can release more water and sodium. That can make you feel crappy. Electrolytes help. A pinch of salt in water, especially if you are active or sweat a lot, can make a huge difference for some people. If you have high blood pressure or medical conditions, use caution. Easier approach. Push breakfast back 2 hours, then 4, then skip it, then shrink your eating window gradually. Train the system. Do not shock it. This part matters. OMAD and longer fasts aren't a good fit for everyone, and there are situations where you should skip it or only do it with medical guidance. If you are pregnant or breastfeeding, under 18, or you are recovering from an eating disorder or have a history of one, long fasting can do more harm than good. The same goes if you are taking medication for diabetes or blood pressure, because fasting can change what your body needs quickly and make your numbers drop faster than you expect. And if you are already running on high stress, sleeping poorly, or dealing with certain thyroid or adrenal issues, pushing your body into a long fast can add extra physiological stress. If any of that sounds like you, do not guess. Talk to a clinician who understands nutrition and fasting before you try it. We live in a food environment that trains us to treat hunger like an emergency. But for many healthy adults, hunger is often a signal, one you can understand, work with, and even use. OMAD isn't for everyone. It is not magic. But when it fits your life, and you do it intelligently, it can be a powerful way to build metabolic flexibility, simplify eating, and feel in control again. If you try this, tell me what your body did. Did the cravings spike around midday, or did you get that clear, steady energy later on? Share your timeline below, and I will see you in the next video.